Hey, how's it going? Preps here and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the recent news of Black Knight becoming farmable in the Cosmic Crucible store and why I think that this decision is terrible news for new and even mid-game players. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it. So it was announced in today's blog post that the Out of Time team will soon be farmable, with Black Knight heading to the Crucible store, and I think this is terrible news for newer players, and I'm going to use this infographic to help explain why. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I always harp on about the fact that building raid teams is the #1 priority for new players. In fact, new players should be putting any and all resources that they get into their raid teams. Raids happen every day, and the stronger your raid teams are, the more rewards you'll be getting. So farming shards for raid characters is extremely important. This infographic shows where each raid character can be farmed. Well, the ones that are farmable anyway. If a character has a C in brackets, that means that they're also available on a campaign node. Meaning, once you unlock their node, you can, if you choose, farm their shards using campaign energy instead. Starting off with the Blitz store, and there are 3 current raid characters in the Blitz store: Gwenom, Sunfire, and Rescue. However, Rescue is also available on a campaign node, so once you unlock her node, you can just focus all of your Blitz credits on Gwenom and Sunfire. Cyclops is the only current raid character that can be farmed in the raid store. Makes sense. The Arena store has 3 current raid characters in Spider-Man Noir, Gambit, and Loki, although all 3 of them are also available on campaign nodes. Gambit and Spider-Man Noir's nodes aren't too hard to get to, but Loki's node is on Doom 3-9, and no new player in their right mind is going to build up Black Order, Hydra, or Power Armor. Over in the War store, and there are 4 current raid characters in Forge, Carnage, Sylvie, and Ironheart Mark II, with 2 of them also being available on campaign nodes. Lastly, the Crucible store, and here we have 4 current raid characters with none of them available on a campaign node. So, problem number 1, the spread of raid characters through the different stores and campaign nodes. Now, while this is a minor problem, it becomes even worse when you take into consideration the amount of credits you get for each store per week. Let's just say that over the course of a week, you didn't play a single Blitz battle. You would still get 3,500 Blitz credits per week, just from the login streak. Now, if you were to farm Rescue, that's 70 shards per week, whereas if you were to farm Gwenom, it would be around 30. But let's do the middle ground and use Sunfire as an example. You would be able to obtain 50 shards per week without even participating in the game mode. On the other hand, we have Cosmic Crucible, which happens once per week. Now, for winning all 3 of my matches in my league this week, I received 7,520 Elite Crucible credits, which equates to 50 shards of, let's say, Nightcrawler. So 50 shards from the Blitz store for doing nothing, and 50 shards from the Crucible store for a couple of hours worth of engagement, give or take. Now, I get it, Cosmic Crucible is a lot more fun than Blitz, but let's do a little bit of math. At 50 shards per week and 810 shards to take a character to 7 stars, you're talking roughly 16 weeks to obtain 7 stars. So with 4 raid characters in the Crucible store, that's 64 weeks or 16 months to get all 4 of them to 7 stars. Now, I know it won't actually take this long, as a lot of the time you get shards in orbs or from events, but I thought it would be a good way to illustrate the problem newer players are gonna have when trying to build their raid teams. You just don't get enough Elite Crucible credits for how packed the Crucible store is with raid characters. Which leads me to the third and final problem. The Crucible store isn't just packed with raid characters, it's packed with good characters in general. If you want to unlock Apocalypse or certain legendaries, you're going to need to farm characters from the Crucible store. And now choosing which characters to farm is going to be more crucial than ever, and here's why. With the introduction of Old Man Logan to the game, Scopely decided it'd be a good idea to make it a requirement that to obtain 7 stars on Old Man Logan, you need to get 7 stars on all members of the Cabal and Out of Time teams. So, if you want to get Old Man Logan to 7 stars as soon as possible, and trust me, you do, then getting more stars for Black Knight is going to be a massive priority. Newer players are going to have to make a decision on which is a bigger priority to them, having strong raid teams or having a strong Old Man Logan. And with how insanely OP Old Man Logan is, I don't think it's as cut and dry as it seems. I guess my advice to newer players would be to farm stars for Black Knight to keep up with the stars of the other members of the Out of Time and Cabal teams. Scopely either need to stop adding every good character to the Crucible store or adjust the amount of Elite Crucible credits that are awarded to lower leagues, or at least put some of them in a campaign node. Better yet, adjust the prices of older characters. Beta Ray Bill is on a raid team that's about to be replaced and he's still 750 credits for 5 shards. Abomination is required to unlock Apocalypse and he's still 600 credits for 5 shards. I mean, come on, that's just crazy. Now, I understand that Scopely's a business and their main priority is to make money, but I believe there are certain changes that they could make to help newer players out that wouldn't affect their bottom line. Well, that just about does it for this little whinge session today, but what do you think? Should Scopely make some adjustments to the Crucible store, or am I just complaining? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share with your alliance, and don't forget to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.